So there's a lot of confusion out there about the RPAS industry. So we've called on two industry leaders here today, Dale and Sam, just to answer a few questions with regards to compliance within the RPAS industry.
My name's Dale McAleen, Operations Director at Aviation Solutions. I flew manned aircraft for 5 years commercially. I then moved over to the Civil Aviation Authority, where I worked at the Civil Aviation Authority for 3 years, mainly in the RPAS department, certifying operators, implementing the regulations. Early this year, Sam and I decided to develop or open a company whereby we grow, develop, integrate, provide solutions to the RPAS community.
My name is Sam Twala. I'm electronic engineer by profession. I also hold master's degree in aviation from Massey University in New Zealand. My background, I started working for high-tech military company as an engineer in training. I then moved, joined CAA, and I was a part of a team which started and was building regulations and doing the consultation with industry and gathering all the information to develop regulations. And that's what you see today as Part 101.
So how do you know that an operator is legal?
When looking for an operator, there's basically 5 certificates that you need to ask for or that they need to have to make them a legal operator. The first one is an air service license, which is issued by the Department of Transport. Your second one is the ROC, the RPAS Operator Certificate, which comes with an operation specifications, which you'll often hear the name OPSPEC. The OPSPEC is an important document that actually tells you what that operator is licensed to do, where they're allowed to fly, and what aircraft they're allowed to fly. The third license is a remote pilot license, which is the RPL, issued to the specific pilot. Then you've got the certificate of registration for each RPAS. Each RPAS needs to be registered with CAA. And then you've also got the RPA letter of approval, which is the equivalent to in manned aviation, the certificate of airworthiness. That's basically saying the aircraft is airworthy and safe to fly.
What's the implication if you are caught out operating illegally?
If one is operating the RPAS or drone illegally, CA could charge you for 50,000 rands or 10 years imprisonment or both.
And an organization employing an illegal operator, what's the risk for them?
So basically, as a company, if you contract an illegal operator, you first of all risking your own reputation. And then you've also got to think of your own insurance implications. What happens on site when you're using an illegal operator? Whose insurance or will insurance pay out? I think you also got to look at that data you obtain from the UAV or RPAS flight. That data may not be seen credible with a professional board. If there's anything wrong with that data, it's all been done by illegal operator, so it often won't be viable, won't be counted in a court case, or won't be able to be used for professional services.
There's a lot of people claiming that they're flying under someone else's ROC. Is that possible, and how do they do that?
I sometimes hear people say that one can operate under someone's ROC. And if you look at Part 101, there's no such a thing. Part 101 doesn't make provision or allowance where one can operate under someone's ROC.
So when it comes to flying under someone's ROC, there actually is no such thing. It's not regulated, it's not covered in Part 101. Obviously in manned aviation, there's the option of lease agreements. This is not applicable to 101 at all. So the only way you can operate under or on someone's ROC is if you're part of that ROC, and then you wouldn't be on or under, you would be working for the ROC holder. So all RPAS operations need to be conducted by a licensed ROC holder.
And what are the rules for hobbyists or private operators?
When it comes to hobbyists, private operators, obviously then you need to comply with private operations. So you've got your 2 options where you can become a member of a SAMA or SAMA membership, where you have to fly under SAMA regulations at a SAMA airfield. There are designated airfields across the country. Otherwise, you comply with the Part 101 regulations for private operators. With this, you've got examples of you need to stay away from 10 kilometers of an aerodrome or be outside of 10 kilometers of an aerodrome, can't fly in restricted airspace, controlled airspace, prohibited airspace. Your flights need to be 50 meters or at least 50 meters away from public buildings, people, structures, etc. Private operators need to be out sort of in the middle of nowhere on a farm where they're not endangering anyone's lives or aren't interfering with any day-to-day activities.